Yo, what up, Tony? How's it going, Tony? What's up, Tony? How's it going, man? Sorry, I'm a bit late today, man. I was supposed to come online a little bit earlier. You gotta learn a new deck? Why do you have to learn a new one? I learned borderline blue eyes for my brother. What does that mean? You wanna play blue eyes? I don't know how to play blue eyes. I can't help you. If that's what you're asking. What? Why are you playing Blue Eyes? I mean, you told me why, but why are you gonna play Blue Eyes, or is your brother playing Blue Eyes? Ah. Just teaching combos. Ah, so what deck are you playing? Is that what you're asking? You're asking, you don't know what deck to play. Just play the Centurion. What's wrong with that? I knew that. Why did I know that was gonna happen? Why don't you just play Centurion? What is wrong with that? I'm sure. Can you hear me alright? I'm wearing headphones, so... Centurion is before Blue Eyes. Yeah. Yeah, but it's not like it's you're on a bad foot or anything. I don't think so, at least. I mean, you taught him how to play, so you know what's gonna screw him over, right? So you should be just fine. As long as you know what to hit. I don't really know Blue Eyes too well, to be honest. All I remember is like hit the Link monster, but I don't even know if that's right, to be honest. And then there's like, does your brother have like the those other cards, the normal buff, normal monster buff deck? Or is it just pure? So yeah, that's, I mean, I don't know the exact stuff with Blue Eyes, but my assumption is that you'll be right, as long as you know what to punish, I guess. But he doesn't see the lines of cocaine. Yeah, so are you just trying to play casually? Then just play Centurion, man. I mean, I don't know. Oh my god, this thing is gonna kill me. Kill us, I should say. Dude, Blue Eyes is so cooked to deal with. Yeah, last time I remember it was quite cumbersome to deal with, to be honest. You need 2 hand traps? Yeah. But remember, your deck is literally hand trap central if you want to build it like that. Like I did, my one is just hand trap central, and I think Bestials are good into it, right? Because they're lights. Lights, yeah. I think they're fairly decent into that stuff. If you're playing Bestials, that's another thing, is if you're... I should. You don't have to. But you won't be able to get into like a level 10 if you don't. So like, I mean, it's up to you. Like, I mean, you can. Yeah. You won't be able to get to level 10 guy if you don't. I mean, it's up to you though. I don't know. Another engine is White Forest. With Centurion? Yeah, with Centurion. Wait, for real? Yeah, I told you this last time. I just told you that it's a bit more combo-y. Basically, you bridge the gap, right? So, if you think about it really hard for a second, let me just think about it. So I believe you can bridge the gap between you can go White Forest combo, and then I think you have enough levels to go into a level 8, and I think, or level 8 I think, or level 12 I think, or something like that, and then you can go into the Centurion monster to start the Centurion combo. So you start from the boss monster of the Centurion monsters to go into Centurion combo. It's a bit strange, and I don't really play it that much just because it's a bit convoluted and not my type of style. But you will have to deal with the fact that you have less hand traps as well. So that's another thing, because you're putting in another engine that's a bit heavy. Just keep that in mind, I guess. Just play Centurion. I think I show you the lines, and there's a VOD that you can go back to, I think, as well. If you, I don't remember when it is, but you can always go back to and see what I did. And if you need any help, I'm happy to help as well if you want. I also, today I was late. I salvaged an old laptop and I opened it up and I pulled out the screen. So I got the screen and I'm gonna use that. And then I found an SSD in there that I could use on my computer. So I'm gonna do that as well. And I got 2 RAM sticks from it. So that's pretty cool. That's what I was doing. I had to search up a bunch of stuff, how to open the laptop and all that stuff, and then yeah, my little project is chugging along a little bit, little by little, day by day. The next thing is I need to find the old keyboard that I had. The one that Chairman Pal made for me. I need to fix it, and then I need to unhouse it, and then place the PCB only into something, so... yeah, it'll be a process. But slow and steady. All the software is sorted, so that's good. Southeastern Islands. Oh. Honestly, it feels kind of cool to open up a laptop and see all the components, to be honest. It's so fascinating to me. Maybe not to other people. I figured out how they actually wire in the wires between the laptop's hinges as well. That's so crazy that it works like that too. They go in through something, and it's just silly. It's just silly, but it's pretty crazy. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with salvaging. It was either that or pay $100 to get a specific screen that I wanted. But if it's free, it's free. I'll just use it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I extracted the screen in particular, and then I got the RAM sticks, and I got the SSD. I'm gonna try and install the SSD on my current computer, because I remember doing it last time with that specific type of SSD. It's I got a 512 gigabyte SSD from this salvaging, which is pretty good. And then I got like this fan components and also like USB hub type situations going on there as well, which I might want to use for my little build that I'm doing. So it's a work in progress. I'm learning a lot of shit on the fly, to be honest with you. I've not opened a laptop before today, so and pulling out parts is I haven't done it. I was worried I broke it, but seems to be fine. It's pretty cool though. You broke mine? You broke yours doing that, yeah. It was pretty cool doing it though, because it's like I got the thing for free and then I can pull out parts that I want from it, and then it's pretty nice. Yeah, it is very cool, yeah, I agree. This is the fork between hardware and software. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting to that point, eh? I mean, it's fun. It's fun. I don't know what to say. I'm supposed to be working on that Wonder Mail thing, but I'm working on this instead. But you know what? It's like fine. Go with the flow type of situation, you know, go where the wind meets, but also like it's still a project, so yeah, it's getting there though. Like the software side is done. It's just a matter of I have to like design the way this project is gonna be. So like on, you know, like how you have CAD software, I need to design that as well. I've never done that before either, so I need to figure out how it's gonna look. And yeah, it's gonna be hard. Are you going to 3D print? No, I'm not actually. I was thinking of doing that, but I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm gonna be making it as wood, a wooden one. So I'll be doing that instead. So everything is gonna be housed in a wooden case that I will make from scratch. But yeah, the idea, it's an idea, and I don't know how polished I'll be able to get it, but the idea is to make it look like a, if you've seen those old jewelry cases, something like that. It's supposed to look like a jewelry case, but then when you open it up, it's got a display, and then the inside it's a mechanical keyboard, and it houses a Pi, and it has a bunch of peripherals on the inside. That's the idea. How it's gonna happen in practice, I don't know. I'm in that process. The software, done. You know, I'm sorted in that regard. Hardware side, I'm working on it right now. Specifically trying to understand how much power I need to power the whole thing portably. That's one thing I'm trying to figure out. It's not easy though. Just because I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just kind of doing it on the fly. I'm doing just a lot of reading and stuff like that. Yeah, how much power? Like, I got a power bank. I bought a power bank today or yesterday. So, I've got... It's enough. I did enough research to know that that's enough, and it's not going to do anything crazy. And I had a couple of mates check over it as well. So we're happy with that power bank. It's just a matter of figuring out the screen and how we're going to power the screen, because the screen requires I think it's 12 volt DC current, or DC. I don't even know what that means, and I have to look it up and figure out if I can still use the power bank to power everything, or do I need separate power. I don't know. I have no idea. So it's, you know, I'm taking my time with it. That's the hardest part for me, is to properly power everything without it being under throttled or whatever. And this hardware stuff is just completely new, so. But yeah, so that's one aspect, is that I need to also figure out how the design is going to be. I have an idea, as I say, a jewelry box of some kind, but it's a little bit more than that. I need to worry about where things are going to sit, how cooling is going to work, etc, etc. I have a rough idea about how that, I sketched it up a little bit, but I need to put it properly, you know. So. But yeah, I'm also not looking forward to figuring out how the keyboard is going to work. That's also something I'm not going to be excited to figure out, but it's part of the process. There's a lot I gotta figure out. I'm even able to SSH into my Pi right now. It's just sitting there, and I turn it on. I can secure shelled into it. I've installed my setup, like my development setup on there, so it's fully terminal based. There's no desktop on it, and so I got I'm able to do my normal development work. I'm able to browse the internet on it as well. Obviously, without it's limited. I don't get to see too many pictures, but it's fine. It's for like general browsing. I'm able to do multiple sessions at the same time of the terminal. So, because I know like a terminal feels like one thing, but there's a thing that you can do where you can make it so that you can have multiple sessions of a terminal. So you can have a browser on one tab and another on another, but it's all terminal. So you could do that. It's pretty cool. It's a really light. I tried to be it's compatible and a light distribution. I tried to do Arch Linux ARM, which is like a specific type of version of Arch Linux, but it just wasn't working as intended, and I gave up on it, and I just decided to either go with Alpine Linux or go with Pi Core or there was another. There was a few others, so I just went with the standard Raspberry Pi. It was Raspberry. It's Raspbios Lite Trixie, which is the version of Linux. So yeah. Yeah, anyway, setting it up was a little bit of a pain. I spent most of my Saturday doing it because obviously I failed on the Arch Linux side of things. And then there was a situation where I had to dual boot. Dual boot meaning you have two operating systems on a single kind of computer. And I'm using a single SD card, a 64 gigabyte SD card, and I partitioned it 3 times. So there's one which is a boot partition. I think I've talked about this. I don't know why I'm talking about it again. But basically there's a boot partition. There's another one which is 50 gigabytes, which is my main development area. And then I have another 5 or 8 or something like that gigabytes just for the PlayStation 2 and powering that and using that for like gaming on that. So I just need to connect to Ethernet cable and it works off the bat, which is pretty cool. It currently works like that as well, so that's great. So I got that working. So now it's just a matter of figuring out how I'm going to house things, how am I going to power things is important. It's really something important. I was this close to telling myself to figure it out on my own and make my own battery, but I think it looks to be a little bit dangerous if I don't know what I'm doing. Gotta handle that material a little bit differently, and it's pretty difficult to handle. Well, it can be difficult if you don't know what you're doing, aka me, don't know what I'm doing, just going along the ride. So I just opted to use a power bank to power everything from internally, something that's should be enough to handle most scenarios. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, this is what it is, man. This is just how it be sometimes. How it be, how it is. Just a trial and error. Oh, and I made my own software switch, which is pretty cool. It's like, I guess it's pretty cool. I don't think it's amazing, but it's alright. It's pretty cool. It's basically like it's like having a button, but instead of button I do it because I didn't really want to worry about I didn't want to worry about doing a hardware switch with the GPIO pins on a Raspberry Pi. I didn't want to do that, so I opted instead to use a bash script. So what it does is it's pretty interesting, at least to me it is. The bash script, what it does is it basically modifies a config file that happens to be read upon boot, and that's how you're able to, like, depending on what's in there, you can like change what operating system you're booting into, or what partition you're booting into, I should say. And so I basically just toggled. I created an automated toggle. So it's a command in the terminal that I created, a bash script command. Whenever I invoke the command switch operating system or switch OS, it will basically, as the name entails, what it does is it will actually modify the file that I mentioned earlier, the config file, and then it will toggle. It'll insert a series of hash symbols in front of the pieces of code that I'm moving away from, so the current operating system I'm moving away from, and then it removes hash symbols from another block of code, which enables the next operating system. So it's basically creating a comment block for that so that it doesn't get read upon booting. It sounds convoluted. It really isn't. I don't know why. I just tend to make things sound cooler than it is, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are familiar with this stuff that this shit is like piss easy. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a big deal. But I make it sound like a big deal. That's what's cool. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. It's cool though. It's really fun, to be honest. It's definitely really something that I'm enjoying quite a bit. I wish I got into this stuff way younger, to be honest with you. I wish I had that same interest when I was younger, but I just didn't for some reason. It's just a bit late to the game, it seems.
Manaphy.
Yo, we can finally evolve, guys. Oh, I think we can finally evolve. I don't know. It's pretty late in the game, though, eh? It's basically finished everything at this point. Let's go see if there's any missions at the Lunar Spring. Yo, finally. I have to continuously do this. Are you fucking joking, bro? That's wild. Marsh Tom. so sick. Yeah, they do let you change the name, eh? I'm not going to because I don't care so much. Let's go, Swampert. We did it. Yeah, it's pretty late in the game, bro. It's actually, like, I'm pretty sure this is, like, completely at the end. Holy shit, look at my stats though. They're pretty insane. 139. I don't know if they changed though between evolution. I think they did. Very cool, very nice, very happy about that. Shuppet can evolve into Bennett. Yeah, I guess now it's like, complete challenge mode kind of vibes. Just do whatever we want now, I think. I think so. But, my friends, I have to go to bed anyways now. I apologize. We'll explore some of the post game. Maybe we'll do some of the episodes that I didn't do. I'm actually supposed to be doing this as I'm going, apparently, because it gives context to the game. So I guess I'll do it at the end. Who knows? I'll just do it at the end. And we'll go through each of the episodes and finish these episodes off. And yeah, and then I don't know, maybe I'll do a completionist thing where I like grab every single Pokemon I can, or do some of the hardest dungeons. I might do that for fun, or get the highest rank in the guild. That could be it, and we could keep going. Honestly, I got nothing else to do anyways in this, in general. The next game we could probably move on to is Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, or Super Dungeon, yeah, I think it's Super Mystery Dungeon. It's a 3DS title. I don't know how I'm gonna manage save files in that. That's probably another project to do, but probably not. But we'll see. I don't know if that's gonna be the next game we play. Not sure yet. But I do know for sure that we still have a lot of stuff to do in this game, so we'll keep going with this, and then I'll decide, hopefully, later when I can, what we do. But I'm enjoying this very much, so thank you again. Thanks for joining, and I'll catch you later. Alright, see ya.